One of my favourite movie lines is from the movie St Elmo's Fire, where after a relationship breaks down and the woman is moving out, as she approaches the record collection, the man shouts, "No, Springsteen is leaving this house. You can have all the Carly Simons." I like it because it sums up all the pettiness and anger that comes out when people are trying to split up their joint property. If only there was a better way to do it.
If you had any experience of divorce, you would know how difficult it can be to decide who gets what in the split.
So we developed a computer software package to help divorcing couples work out their priorities and the fairest way to divide their assets.
Our software works by asking the couple to give a point value to the shared assets of the marriage.
For example, Martha and George have 2 kids, a family home, 2 cars and a prized record collection. First, each gives these assets a rating according to their priorities, taking into account both emotional and monetary value. Next, they rate the concerns related to each asset, such as keeping or selling the house, or their preference for the Beatles or Rolling Stones albums.
The software uses these ratings to mathematically allocate and trade off items so that Martha and George end up with the things they really want.
And it's not just for divorce.
Our software can be easily adapted to negotiate any dispute, from industrial relations to neighbourhood conflicts.
Please welcome from Melbourne Dr Amelia Bellucci and Professor John Zalesnikov. Hi, John. Hi, Amelia.
Hi, Dave.
Now, if we take our mythical couple, Martha and Arthur, and they have a number of belongings, is the idea of this that if they can honestly say what they want and how much they want it, then instead of fighting over it in an emotional way, if they hand over their priorities to the artificial intelligence, i.e. your computer program, that will in a sort of logical, rational, detached manner try and maximise the satisfaction that both can get.
That is a very good explanation.
Is it?
And it leads
very
to very impressive, and it leads to a win-win situation because each of the parties gets what they want.
So, for example, in this program, you can see down here there's a number of sort of fictional items: a car, house, Beatles albums, Elton John, Rolling Stones, no Carly Simon.
Sorry.
And it's simply at the end of the program, it simply allocates A gets this, B gets this, A gets this, B gets that.
Because that's what the parties have said they really want.
Yeah, right. Well, the end result is you can split the property, so that can go one way, that can go in the other, and we're left with the Mariner fleet of glasses, which clearly no one wants, so we'll leave there. Come over and sit down.
And the most important thing is that the lawyers get nothing.
Right. Well, it is a way of keeping the lawyers out of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you think, Mark?
The first thing that comes to my mind is the biggest issue in any divorce is always the custody of the children. Does this software deal with that?
Yes. I mean, I know this is a very contentious issue, but the point is, even when you're arguing about children, and if a couple separate, they realise they can't spend 168 hours with both parents each week. So what you've got to do is divide, what do you mean by the children? Maybe the husband would feel more comfortable if his children went to a particular school or they went to a certain religious group. It lets people do trade-offs. However, I should point out, and we've done research in family law. Family law is about the paramount interest of children. It's about justice. This is a system that worries about issues-based negotiation, so it should never be binding.
If I were going to use this software, I would think the first thing I'd be concerned about is I'd be worried that the software was fair. How do I know when I'm using the software that this software is making equitable decisions?
Well, it's making decisions based on equitable principles that we're using.
And is this all sort of visible to me, so as I'm stepping through the process, I can understand how my own decisions that I'm making are being reflected?
Yes, to a certain degree, yes, because the first screen you see is, what you have to put into the computer system are the issues in dispute, and then you give them all a rating out of 100. All of them must equal 100. And so the other party does the same thing. And then the next screen we see are some trade-off maps. And they basically, for me, it was like just getting people to understand that this is what you're really thinking about. Just by allocating all these numbers, these are the trade-offs that are really happening, even though you're not conscious of it.
Bernie?
Couples who are breaking up are really likely to be spiteful, and I'm just wondering, is it easy and possible for people to play the system to really kind of manipulate things so they get more their own way?
No. If they want to stop their partner or their ex-partner getting one item, they're going to hurt their own interest.
Have you tried it with real couples?
We have, yeah.
How'd they go?
If you're talking about tangible goods, they tended to be pretty pleased. We found you generally get about 70 to 80% of what you want
Nice.
because you're not diametrically opposed.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be a 50-50 split.
Yeah, Chris?
Can I ask you about perhaps an expansion potential for this into, for example, industrial relations or into other areas where people are in an adversarial situation, normally in a court? Do you think there are some?
I think there's a huge scope. So in the thesis I did an evaluation with industrial relations, and the solution that I came up with was very close to the agreement that they came to. So that was a real fantastic. I was really happy with that result.
Summing up, Matt?
I think this is brilliant. I think if you offer it over the web, you're going to have a very good business and you're going to provide a lot of benefit to people.
Right.
Chris?
Yeah, I think the great thing about this, if nothing else, it introduces the concept of trade-offs rather than any absolute to these people.
I totally agree.
So whatever the figures are, they're at least beginning to think about trading things off, and that is so important in resolving those well. So terrific.
Bernie?
It's an enormous approach to a solution to such a fraught area, but I think it could be one part of getting towards that fair end that people want when they break up. So yeah, it's going places.
Please thank Dr. Amelia Bellucci and Professor John Zalesnikov. Thanks very much. Well, who will win tonight? Well, tonight's winner will be in the running to be named our Inventor of the Year. Will it be the new flipper, the Podfins, the weed-destroying root blade, or the property-dividing family winner? Let's look first at originality. Chris Russell, what's the most original?
And our family winner is so innovative in its concept.
Yeah.
And I suppose, but it's very hard to balance that against something that's so original in its engineering design, which is Podfins. They're two different ways of being original, but yet so original.
Artificial intelligence applied to mediation in the past, so
Sure.
but applying it to this situation, which would have to be the most hideously fraught one possible. They've done an amazing job with that, but I agree, Podfins for originality.
Yeah.
What about design?
Well, again, I think Podfins is leading in the design just because it's very elegant. A family winner, it doesn't look pretty yet, and when they get finished, it'll be pretty, and it will show people how their decisions are influencing how they balance.
Pie charts, everyone loves a pie chart.
Yeah.
I'd actually put a bit of vote in for a root blade for design. That's quite clever.
Simple
It's a different shape. He's got a point, so you're not trying to cut through 16 roots across a wire. He's done a lot of things in there in design.
What about need? Which one of those three inventions does the world need the most?
Family
Bernie?
winner.
A family winner that
Family
works.
winner?
If that works, that is...
This is our must-have, should-have, could-have thing,
Yes.
and for me, the could-have is probably the root blade. The should-have is probably the Podfins, but the must-have, is family winner.
Let's find out our final episode winner for 2005. Chris?
I think I'm going to go with family winner on need.
Bernie?
Podfins.
Mark Pesce.
The invention this week that just blew me away was family winner.
Yeah.
I think so.
Then there it goes, our final episode winner, the family winner, Dr. Amelia Bellucci and Professor John Zalesnikov. Congratulations, John. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You can hold that, both of you. Well done. Amelia and John are in the running to be named our Inventors of the Year. What do you think? Did the judges get it right? If you'd like to have your say, vote in the New Inventors People's Choice Award. Pick your favourite from tonight and text 1 for the Podfins, 2 for the root blade, or 3 for the family winner to 1999 222. Call 1902 552277 or go to our website abc.net.au/New Inventors. Thanks to our judges. Well done, guys. Thank you. And thanks to the stars of the show, the Inventors. Congratulations. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Thank you. Before we go tonight, remember, next week, it's the 2005 grand final of the New Inventors. We've had 123 inventions on the show this year. And next week, we'll reveal which one our judges will pick as the invention of the year. The winner will get some pretty amazing prizes. We'll also reveal the New Inventors People's Choice winner, and there'll be a lot more too. Don't miss it. Special 1 hour show next Wednesday at 8. See you then. Good night. We know that last week the panel picked Hugh McDonald from Darwin and the Pimp. What did you pick as the people's choice? There was the Hexie pool table, the Pimp, and the no bull method. And you picked the Hexie pool table.